Hi, this is briefly about how you can increase sales and make more money for your business today. My name is Tim Abel, and I am the founder of RocketSalesWithYou.com. You probably have heard it before. Now, at Rocket Sales With You, we help business owners to identify their market strength, create their marketing strategies, and launch it to ensure they can actually 10x their income or revenue from the sales of their products. Now, by 10x, what do I mean? It is simply how I can work with you today to ensure I increase visibility for your business, attract more buyers, retain the same buyers, and constantly have these buyers come back again and again to buy from you. With that said, I would love for you to actually give me about 15 minutes of your time while I show you how this is done. But first, this is a fact, and I thought to actually share it with you before I reveal my strategies that have worked for many businesses today. Here is a fact. Being an entrepreneur or a business owner is one of the best things that have ever happened to mankind. But staying and growing in business, and of course your finances, remains the most difficult task that's been faced by man today. This goes to show why it has been reported that for every 10 businesses opened on the same day, within 12 months, almost 7% or 7 of these businesses are dead already. And that within a period of 5 years, the rest 3 have severe symptoms of a dead business. It is either the business is struggling with loans to survive, or that the business is just surviving for the sake of the owners covering up to stay busy. And no matter how this may sound, the truth is that most businesses are hardly surviving, especially in this part of the world. So the big question now is, can all of these 10 businesses opened on the same day actually survive through the years or for as long as the owners wanted it to last? The answer is a capital yes. So why is it not happening, considering so many factors that are in the favor of business owners? For instance, we have over 200 million people across Nigeria. They're supposed to be buying from you. We have an average of 1 trillion naira exchange hands between buyers and sellers every month. They're supposed to be buying from you. We have a growing population that needs your products on a daily basis, considering the fact that the population keeps booming, keeps increasing every day. Now, here are the 3 major reasons why it is not happening. Number 1, it's possible that there is no design structure for how these businesses ought to be operated. This can be worrisome, especially for micro, small, and medium scale enterprises or businesses. In this kind of businesses, everyone does what impresses them at work, including the owners too, thereby leaving the major aspects of the business to suffer. Number 2, there is no product development, management, and strategic team for business owners at this level. Any business that refuses to change or run with how dynamic a system is will never last the test of time. It will fail at some point. Business rules and how it should run with its offers must learn to adapt to how the customers desire it. Lastly, is the fact that most of these businesses have little or no investments in marketing and sales of their products. This is obviously one of the strongest, and I mean strongest cases that was raised in the last conference of business development experts about late last year. Now, it proved that 98% of business owners don't know what it implies to be in the heart and soul of their target audience or market. These same people hardly invest in marketing because they do not understand why they should be marketing a product that's seen as being hot or likely the desires of most people. This is where I want to dwell, even though I have what it takes to be in every other areas of business development. The fact is There are 7 fulcrums, or better known as 7 pillars of any business. Number 1 is the leadership, and this has to do with the vision, mission, and core values of the owners of this business. Number 2 is management, and this takes care of the systems and structures and how the business should be run. Number 3 is branding. Branding aspect of every business is key, and this is one of that area of business that must be driven by the vision and orchestrated by marketing of the owners. The 4th is finance, and it is usually the life wire of every business, while it relies on marketing to make it functional. Number 5, I call it the grandfather of performance, or the soul of visibility and the gray hair of successful business. It is called marketing. This is purely about finding the problems and addressing it with your product. Number 6 is sales. Here it is about closing deals, getting these customers to exchange money for the product you sell. And the last one is delivery, where customer service plays a vital role. Every business must have these 7 pillars. Ultimately, to make all of this work effectively, you need to be making that sales. Here is a short explanation on what I am about to offer you. Just watch. All right, so let me explain how this actually works. For every organization, there is always an interest to actually market your products and get people to begin to buy. But over the decades, over centuries, it has always been the traditional styles of marketing most organizations have used. And a lot of organizations are actually scared of moving into the internet marketing areas because it is quite a difficult area to work into. Now, for a very, very few organizations who have even delved into it, they find it really difficult to get the kind of results they want to get. So here is how we intend to work with you once we get started. First and foremost, I want to let you know that I am coming from just these basic 2 areas. With my over a decade banking experience, where I've worked in the front desk office, marketing and sales, and my over a decade experience in the internet marketing, training with the likes of Ty Lopez, Grant Cardone, Gary Vee, and so many of them, including some locals in Nigeria. Now, with these ideas, I've come to realize that a lot of businesses, even though when they go into internet marketing, get no results because of so many things. We don't have all the time to start mentioning them, and that's why I'm going to give you the opportunity to audit your internet platforms for free. But that by the side, this is basically how we intend to come in. First, on the traditional marketing aspect, I always want to get results in whatever I want to do. So we would look at your traditional marketing approaches you've been using all along, and we'll work with you to ensure that we set up the relevant desk that needs to be doing what they need to do to get the kind of results we're going to be getting. Now, it's also important to note that the traditional marketing desk will help to actually ensure that efforts being put in the internet marketing desk gets to fruition or brings more results. That is where you need to have all your customer service desk clearly set up, and their action plans on a day-to-day basis clearly known to them, and of course every necessary activity they need to be doing as it relates to the kind of customers we're going to be bringing in known to them, so that we do not fail in the overall objectives of working with you. Now, the traditional marketing, if you haven't even had the best of it, we can also look at setting it up for you, helping you to strategize on the various platforms you can use using through the traditional marketing to get the kind of results you want to get. Of course, that relates to radio, TV, newspaper, and all of that, flyers and all of that. We know what to do. Now, the next is the internet marketing aspect. The internet marketing aspect, of course, covers a whole lot. We have a whole lot of social media platforms, internet marketing platforms like the Google ads, YouTube ads, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and a whole lot of them. Now, we will look at how far you've gone, and we'll probably decide on just a few to choose and work with you on those very few. But I can promise that once we begin to work with you, we can get the kind of results that is unimaginable. Now, this is our basic action plan. You know that in marketing, basically, you need to actually sell values. And when we're talking about values, we're talking about things that solves problems of people. There are a whole lot of people in this world or around you that actually know their problems, and they are online on a day-to-day basis searching for the answers. Now, if you are creating your marketing pitch and you do not highlight the specific things they are looking for, nobody's going to find you. So it's our job to actually look at what you are selling, be able to find out what people are looking for as it relates to what you're selling, and be able to come up with a pitch. When I say pitch, I'm talking about the exact information you need to pass across to people to hook them, bring them closer, and get them to dip hands into their wallets and pay you for what you are selling. Now, this task is for us to create that pitch that can actually get them through the process to buying from you. So our marketing activities would include looking at what people are searching for, looking at where they are looking for it, where they hang out, what their behavioral aspects, what the kind of monies they have, just so many factors that would actually get us to really direct adverts to the exact sets of people that can buy from you. Now, having said that, it's also important to state this, that you do not expect magic overnight. So there is what we call lead generation. And in lead generations, we have all the tools, we have all it takes to actually set up your lead generation process so that you can attract the kind of customers you want and sell to them. But this is what lead generation is about. You know, there are people, like I said earlier, there are people that actually want your product, that know that your product can solve your problems, and they're there. That's one group. There are also others that have a problem and the product can solve their problem, but they do not know that your product can solve their problem. So that's another set of people. So what we do is to look at these various people. There are so many. We look at these various people and we craft something that can actually get to connect them to your product. And that is where brand video comes in, where we begin to talk about your interest as the owner of the business, how you intend to help lives, how you intend to change the narratives, and we create that video and post it online. Then ensure we get it to go viral so that a lot of people get to see and it attracts them. Now, the job of lead generation with that kind of video is to get people sensitized that you have the solution and your solution is the best solution that can take care of their problem. Then number two is for that video to also awaken some sets of people who already have a problem, but they do not know that your solutions can actually solve their problem. So we sensitize this set of people and they begin to get interest to follow you. There is a process in sales that is the know, like, and trust, and then buy. That's a stage we carry all customers through. Now, the important thing here is this. Nobody just wakes up overnight and says, oh, I want to buy from you and I'm going to come back to come and buy again from you. They want to know you. And the job of lead generation gets that information to those sets of people with these problems, and they get to know you first, and by the time they start seeing consistent contents that we post online, they begin to like you. Once they like you, there are things we also help you do in the course of it by engaging them online, by engaging them physically, it makes them get to the third stage of trust. Now, by the time they trust you, we've sealed the whole deal. It is at this point they can now buy from you. So we take them using all of this approach through the lead generation approach process to get them attracted to your business, get them to like you, then get them to trust you. Then finally, when we push your product to them, they buy without thinking twice. So, with that said, there are several tools we use in also ensuring that this does not fail. And that is what we call the lead magnets, where we'll be able to collect their phone numbers, collect their emails, their sex, their age, their locations, and all of that. We'll collect all of those things and keep. Now, the sweet thing about lead magnets and lead generation is this. While other people are going out and selling at once and getting people to buy once and those people disappear, we have what we call a repeat buyer or a referral buyer. This lead magnets that allows us to collect their information gets us to consistently update them on the things that happen with us as a business. So it makes them love us and trust us so much that they can stay forever. Now, at every point in time, they want to check up on us and know what is happening new. In fact, there are times that when I post on some social media platform to some of my customers, they tell me, some of these guys come to tell me, oh, I didn't read from you yesterday, what happened? That's the idea. People, the moment you start doing some of those lead generation activities, people get to be sunk into your business and they're ready to go any length with you. Now, building this takes time, but we have what it takes to do this within 6 months, such that these same buyers or these same prospective buyers will buy from you. They will not just buy from you, they will buy more and more and more times than you ever imagined. Not just that, they can also refer other people to you. I know of a client that I did one of his adverts in 2014. Until this day, they are calling me for that single advert. Now, what has happened? Because when we did that advert that period, we ensured that we got all of them and their contacts into WhatsApp, and we're doing broadcasts for them almost on a daily, weekly basis, and they kept following up with us. And when they now realize they have those problems, they just pick up our phone our contacts and they put a call through to us and we serve them. Now that's the essence of having lead generation magnets that can generate as much leads as possible for you. Everybody can do lead generation, but it's not everybody that understands how it is done. The process, the steps, and how to actually make it convertible such that it can impact on your finances and your sales. So that's where we come in. Now, the last part is in the sales aspect. This sales aspect is where we now create your viral video or your sales video using the pitch we have created in the past, and then we boost it. Now we can use 3 approaches, which is a video, which sells more today. Then we use the graphics, which also is good. Then we use the graphics plus text or articles, which also it's usually called the sales letter, which also sells well. Now, all of this needs this basic things: social media pages, your websites, and some people who will be on ground to consistently post for you. Now, we are here to either come in for you as a consultant, where we can train your team to help you execute those things, or we come in as your own staff. We will handle all these activities on a day-to-day basis until you begin to see the results. But this is it. Either way, they are not expensive. All you need to do is to put a call through to me, and I'm going to talk with you, understand your business, then we'll know the next line of action to take. If you love this, put a call through to me. I remain Team Abel. Bye for now.